This is NDTV. And you're watching NDTV Hindu.
Very good evening and welcome to News Tonight with me, Ashmit. Let's go across to the Chief Minister Karnataka addressing a big crowd at the RDR school.
இதை வைத்து வீட்டாளர்கள் போல் தவறாக கருதிவிடக்கூடாது, அல்லது அவரை போன்றவர்கள் யாரும் தவறாக கருதிவிடக்கூடாது. கருணாநிதி கிறிஸ்தவ பெருமக்களை போராட்டத்துக்கு அழைத்திருக்கிறார் என்று யாரும் தவறாக கருதிவிடக்கூடாது. உண்மை அதுவல்ல. என்னை போராட்டத்துக்கு தகவலிக்குமாறு கிறிஸ்தவ பெருமக்கள் கேட்டுக்கொண்டிருக்கிறார்கள். இதுதான் உண்மை. அப்படி தலைமை வகிக்க நான் தயங்க மாட்டேன். அவர்களுடைய அழைப்பை ஏற்றுக்கொள்கிறேன், அவர்களுடைய கட்டளைக்கு படுகிறேன். இவைகளை தான் கோரிக்கைகளாக அல்ல, ஆணைகளாக, கட்டளைகளாக, அவர்களுடைய அன்பு வார்த்தைகளாக அல்ல, அவர்கள் எனக்கிட்ட நிறைவேற்றியே தீர வேண்டும் என்று இட்ட நியாயமான கட்டளையாக நான் ஏற்றுக்கொள்கின்றேன். ஏனென்றால் நியாயத்திற்காகத்தான் கடைசி வரையிலே குரல் கொடுத்து எத்தனையோ இழிவும் பழியும் வந்தாலும் கூட அதை பற்றி கவலைப்படாமல் சிலுவையை கூட சந்தித்தார் இயேசுநாதர். அந்த இயேசுநாதனுடைய பிறந்த நாளை கொண்டாடுகின்ற இந்த எழுச்சிமயமான விழாவில் அவருடைய திடகாத்திரமான உள்ளத்தை, எதற்கும் பணியாத அந்த நெஞ்சத்தை, எதையும் தாங்கக்கூடிய அந்த உள்ளத்தை நான் பெறுவோம். பெற்று நம்முடைய கோரிக்கைகளை எல்லாம் வெற்றி காண செய்வோம். அப்படிப்பட்ட வெற்றியை இந்த மாநாடு போன்ற பெருவிழா நமக்கு வழங்கும் என்ற நம்பிக்கையோடு உங்கள் அனைவருக்கும் நன்றி கூறி இந்த விழாவை இவ்வளவு மகத்தான முறையிலே ஏற்பாடு செய்த நம்முடைய அருமை நண்பர்கள் இருதயராஜ் இனிகோ இருதயராஜ் அவர்களுக்கும் வின்சென்ட் சின்னதுரை அவர்களுக்கும் என்னுடைய வணக்கத்தை, நன்றியை, வாழ்த்துக்களை தெரிவித்து இந்த விழாவினுடைய சிறப்புக்கு காரணமான அத்தனை பேருக்கும் என்னுடைய பாராட்டுக்களை தெரிவித்து மேடையிலே வீட்டிருக்கின்ற நம்முடைய அன்புக்குரிய பேராயர்கள், போதகர்கள் அனைவருக்கும் என்னுடைய வணக்கத்தை மீண்டும் மீண்டும் தெரிவித்து விடைபெற்றுக் கொள்கின்றேன். நன்றி, வணக்கம்.
That was again the State Chief Minister Karnataka addressing a huge crowd at the Adyar school there. Again, some critical points emerging from the fact that again he will be again engaging in that one upmanship game against the Chief of Opposition Jayalalitha. Now, interestingly, just on the eve of the Queen Bee of Tamil Nadu, the AIDMK, making those interesting remarks and making those assurances and promises to the minority community in the southern district of Kanyakumari about allowing, facilitating travels to Holy Land, pretty much like followers of Islam visit Hajj. Pretty much along those same lines, the Karnataka Chief Minister today was playing along the same lines. Again, if I can quote him correctly there, he did say that I will dance to your tunes to the Christian community there. So again, on the eve of Christmas, a battle for the minority vote bank of sorts between the two heavyweights in the state. Well, continuing with Jaya's rhetoric, rather, the Queen Bee of Tamil Nadu, the AIDMK Supremo Jayalalitha, rang in the Christmas cheer with the people of Kanyakumari. Now, as per NDTV Hindu's predictions, eyeing a toehold in the southern district, the opposition leader was seen playing to the gallery. She announced that on coming to pass, she will help facilitate the travels of Christian pilgrims to holy lands in Israel, much like the Hajj pilgrimage for followers of Islam. Now, playing the minority card, she also promised to place the reservation demand of Adi Dravidas before a commission. Meanwhile, taking a dig at the ruling party, she asserted that she will lead the state out of darkness.
இஸ்லாமிய மக்களின் புனித யாத்திரை ஹஜ் பயணத்திற்கு எப்படி அரசாங்கம் உதவி செய்கிறதோ அதை போலவே கிறிஸ்தவ மக்கள் மேற்கொள்ளும் புனித யாத்திரைக்கு, இஸ்ரேலுக்கு செல்லும் புனித யாத்திரைக்கு அரசாங்க உதவி செய்ய வேண்டும் என்ற கோரிக்கையை வைத்தார். நிச்சயமாக உங்கள் அனைவரின் ஆதரவோடும் அன்போடும் மீண்டும் கழக ஆட்சி அமைந்தால் இந்த கோரிக்கை உடனடியாக நிறைவேற்றி வைக்கப்படும் என்பதை தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கிறேன்.
And while rooting for the backward classes, she promised to intercede with R.D. Dravidar Commission for inclusion of R.D. Dravidar Christians for social and financial benefits.
ஆதி திராவிடர்களுக்கு வழங்கப்படுகின்ற சலுகைகள், அரசாங்கத்தால் வழங்கப்படுகின்ற சலுகைகள் ஆதி திராவிட கிறிஸ்தவர்களுக்கும் வழங்கப்பட வேண்டும் என்று கேட்டார். இதற்கு ஒரு கமிஷன் உள்ளது. அந்த கமிஷனிடம் இந்த கோரிக்கை வைக்கப்படும். அந்த கமிஷனிடம் முறையிட்டு தேவையான ஆணையை பெற்று கர்த்தர் அருளால் அமையப் போகும் கழக அரசு இந்த கோரிக்கையையும் நிறைவேற்றி வைக்க பாடுபடும் என்பதை இந்த நேரத்தில் தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கிறேன்.
Now, meanwhile, the 2G scam is proving to be the biggest trump card for the AIDMK Supremo. She ridiculed the latest attempt by the DMK to back the tainted former telecom minister Raja. She claimed that the Save Raja campaign would only backfire and boomerang back on the DMK. Now, she dismissed the DMK's mounting corruption allegations against her as baseless and shot back, saying that the DMK family was the one under the CBI's watchful eye. And the AIDMK Supremo, Jayalalitha, was in news for more than just one reason. Now, she appealed to the people of Kerala to see reason with regard to the Mullai Periyar Dam issue. A 5-member committee constituted by the Supreme Court and headed by Justice A.S. Anand arrived on Tuesday and inspected the Mullai Periyar Dam. Now, Jayalalitha fears the new dam will result in 5 districts turning into a desert. Now, the state of Tamil Nadu draws a lot of water from the reservoir. Kerala says that Mullai Periyar Dam, built during the British rule, is in precarious condition and has been demanding the construction of a new dam, citing safety concerns. However, Tamil Nadu is against this as the state benefits mostly from the waters from the reservoir and has been demanding an increase in the storage capacity from 136 to 142 feet, resulting in a logjam between these two states. Now, rooting for the backward classes, she promised to intercede with the R.D. Dravidar Commission for inclusion of R.D. Dravidar Christians for social and financial benefits.
ஆதி திராவிடர்களுக்கு வழங்கப்படுகின்ற சலுகைகள், அரசாங்கத்தால் வழங்கப்படுகின்ற சலுகைகள் ஆதி திராவிட கிறிஸ்தவர்களுக்கும் வழங்கப்பட வேண்டும் என்று கேட்டார். இதற்கு ஒரு கமிஷன் உள்ளது. அந்த கமிஷனிடம் இந்த கோரிக்கை வைக்கப்படும். அந்த கமிஷனிடம் முறையிட்டு தேவையான ஆணையை பெற்று கர்த்தர் அருளால் அமையப் போகும் கழக அரசு இந்த கோரிக்கையையும் நிறைவேற்றி வைக்க பாடுபடும் என்பதை இந்த நேரத்தில் தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கிறேன்.
Well, today was the second day of Rahul Gandhi's 2-day visit to Tamil Nadu, and today's highlights were primarily high-profile meetings with office bearers. Now, he met the state Congress office bearers in Tirunelveli. The young gun made it rather clear that constructing a strong Congress body in Tamil Nadu will take time. Now, this stemming from the fact that a lot of work needs to be done from the grassroots level. Now, his visit to the districts is primarily to focus on strategies for growth within the party and its youth wing. Now, the Youth Congress in the state is 1.4 million strong, and sources say that they are focusing on increasing the membership base further. Now, moving ahead, has it been more than 2 weeks since you booked your gas cylinder? Are you and your friends wondering why your agent is taking forever? Well, maybe the cylinder meant for you was diverted elsewhere by your own delivery boy. With such complaints of delay pouring in, our reporter Pratiksha decided to investigate.
Waiting for your turn just does not seem to work anymore when it comes to getting LPG cylinders and keep your kitchen fires going. Many people have found that it is very easy to get a refill. With the right incentive, you can get a cylinder within minutes.
Cylinder veno anna urgent veno romba urgent
empty cylinder irukka
illa ana romba urgent venume
evening vara madam paakala
evlo avuna
black la na 50 ஆகும்
If you thought that was a one-off case, you're wrong. Whichever area you live in, delivery boys seem to be willing to discuss business with you. Watch this.
ஒரு இந்தியன் வேணும் அண்ணா ப்ளீஸ் அர்ஜென்ட்டாக வேணும்.
இல்லையே இஷ்டம்னா 700 ஆகும். 700 ஆகும் எக்ஸ்ட்ரா வாங்கினா 700 பிளாக்ல வாங்கினா 700.
Many impatient homemakers pay more than the fixed rate of 352 rupees a cylinder. Not many blink when a boy demands 700 rupees. Even as agencies say, you have to wait for 15 days. Clearly, this long waiting window is enough to irritate many customers, especially since the weather has turned chilly. Many homes use the cylinders to boil water.
But no gas agency takes a booking at least for minimum 15 days after the delivery. Before that, if you book, they don't take booking orders at all.
அதே போல் வந்து 2ஆம் தேதி போன மாதம் கூட 2ஆம் தேதி புக் பண்ணேன். 23ஆம் தேதி 24ஆம் தேதி தான் எனக்கு சிலிண்டர் வந்து 15 நாள் சொல்கிறாங்க, 20 நாள் தள்ளிடுறாங்க.
Indian Oil Corporation officials say they deliver 65,000 cylinders a day in the city. And the scarcity is an artificially created one.
We have a computer operated system where we track each and every cylinder delivered to the customer, and we have conducted 6 raids in the December itself, and we have seized around 276 cylinders from the various commercial establishments.
Additional measures will be in place to curb this practice and reduce foul play, say officials.
கஸ்டமர்ஸ் ஒரு தரம் நம்பர் ரிஜிஸ்டர் பண்ணிட்டு சென்ட்ரல் ஒரே இடத்துல அவ்வளோ சிட்டியில் இருக்கிற அவ்வளோ டிஸ்ட்ரிபியூட்டருக்கும் அது புக்கிங் ஆகும். புக்கிங் ஆன உடனே அவங்களுக்கு வந்து ஒரு ரிப்ளை எஸ்எம்எஸும் வந்துடும், இது உங்களோட புக்கிங் நம்பர்னு.
Shortage of LPG cylinders at any time of the year is tough. Harder when it happens during the festive or the winter seasons. Customers say timely supply, distribution and delivery will be a great New Year gift. In Chennai, with camera person Lucas, this is Pratiksha Ramkumar for NDTV Hindu.
Well, critical facts there being brought to light, but coming back to again this week's this night's biggest talking point, that has been of course Karunanidhi addressing that big crowd and playing this game of rather one-upmanship. Let's go across to our senior correspondent Peer Mohammed, who's joining us live now. Good evening, Peer. First to take up the remarks that were made by the Chief Minister here just a few minutes back. Again, a game of one-upmanship between the two political heavyweights. How do you see this panning out?
Yes, Chief Minister has in fact fulfilled some of the demands made by the Christian priests and leaders at this function. One of the main demands made by the Christian priests, particularly the bishops in Chennai, is that the Dalit Christians should also enjoy the same constitutional rights as other Dalits. They have been denied these rights because the Constitution guarantees several concessions to Dalits, but those concessions are denied to the Christian Dalits. He said he would fight with the center to get those rights for the Dalit Christians. And also another demand that the Tamil medium schools set up by the Christians, particularly Christian churches, they are not getting, particularly those schools established after 1991 or upgraded after 1991, are not getting government aid. That is one complaint the Christian bishops and Christian leaders had, and he said he would definitely consider this demand and definitely he will make efforts to fulfill this demand. But there were other demands made, particularly like concessions for pilgrimage to Jerusalem. But such demands he did not answer directly. But he said other demands also would be met. But if you look at the Jayalalitha speech at Armanai, she made a remark that if she comes back to power in 2011, she would be able to address this particular demand of Christians, that they would be given concession for going on pilgrimage to Jerusalem.
Right, Pete. Right, Peter. Now, those were the points that the DMK chief, the DMK patriarch Karunanidhi made there in that gathering just a while back. But then again, to put this in the context of again the assurances and the promises made by the chief of opposition Jayalalitha in Kanyakumari. Now, just as you had pointed out, she again took a line of appeasing the minority community in the southern districts to get a toehold there. And again, she's made assurances about facilitating travel to the Holy Lands in Israel. And here we have the ruling party making assurances again to the minority community about taking care of their needs and aspirations. How do you see this battle royale between the two heavyweights panning out?
Yes, particularly this Christmas, which has come just months ahead of the assembly elections in Tamil Nadu, and they are a very vocal population. Education, particularly literacy, is very high in this Christian community, particularly Kanyakumari district. More than 50% of the electorate is Christian. That is why Jayalalitha chose to go to Kanyakumari. In fact, Deputy Chief Minister was supposed to go there a few days prior to Jayalalitha's visit of Kanyakumari, but he chose to be with his father and Chief Minister Karunanidhi at the Chennai function, because this is also, they got almost all the churches, various churches, the Protestant, the Methodist, the Catholic churches, all the leading members of the churches were present along with the Chief Minister and Deputy Chief Minister, and both of them spoke about the Christian community's contribution to the Dravidian movement, and they also appeal, and in fact, Chief Minister indirectly referred to the fact that all this support should also come at a time when elections are due in the state. Though he did not answer the demands, particularly referring to the pilgrimage, he may have avoided it because already Jayalalitha has made a remark in Arumani, maybe after which if he repeats the same, that may not make sense. He said other demands also will be fulfilled in phases. That is what he said. Definitely it is addressing the Christian electorate in Tamil Nadu, which is a sizable 6% population, and they do matter, particularly when votes swing in this toughly fought election, which will be, analysts predict that it will be a very toughly fought election, considering the recent changes in the alignments, particularly with the 2G spectrum.
Right, P. Now, as you said, the vote bank, especially the minority vote bank, matters, but so do alliances. And speaking of alliances, yesterday again, some hints were dropped by the AICC General Secretary Rahul Gandhi. Any response on that front? Any reactions on that front? Any hints that were dropped by perhaps the Chief Minister today with regard to alliances and how they perceive the hints that were actually dropped by Rahul Gandhi? For instance, second time within 7 months, Rahul Gandhi chose not to give that courtesy call to the Chief Minister. Any reactions from that front?
There are no direct comments on that, but definitely the Congress legislator, Peter Alphonse, who was one of the main organizers of this event, he in fact said, for Christians, I am ready to fight with the Congress government at the center, particularly with reference to the reservation and other benefits for Dalit Christians. He said, I am willing to fight with the Congress government at the center. Congress legislator Peter Alphonse should not mistake it. That is one indication that he is on warpath with the Congress government, but we cannot read much into this. These remarks he has been making on and off, particularly fighting with the Congress government at the center for the rights of the state, for the rights of minorities, and these are very not any particular pointed remarks against the Congress government, only particularly with reference to the Christians' demands to treat the Dalit Christians on par with other Dalits. In that context, he made a remark that he would fight with the Congress government.
Right, P. Thank you for joining us with all those details and insight and perspective, of course, on again the battle royale between the heavyweights of the state. Now, moving forward, once bogged down by technical glitches, the GSLV aims for a Christmassy liftoff. Stay tuned to find out more in just a short while.